It is wonderful to be here today. I feel like I'm home. Thank you. Thank you. I am home. You know, I want to say to everyone here in Massachusetts, to all of you who've helped me all along, and to all of you out there that I've seen out there holding signs, I got to tell you, it was amazing to go into that debate. Yeah, I was a little nervous. And to see how many of my good friends were out there holding signs, cheering me on. God bless. Thank you. Big difference. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so I want to tell you a little story about Rich Trumka. You know, 4 years ago, you remember, the financial markets were in complete chaos. Wall Street was dropping like a rock. The markets we were talking about the frozen system. Remember the Secretary of Treasury was talking about, serious economists were talking about a worldwide depression. And I went to Washington to try to help bring some accountability to this, and we immediately started working on financial reform. And one of the groups that showed real leadership on financial reform was the AFL-CIO. They're ready to work and to talk about what we need to do. So lots of folks are out there pushing. Barack Obama's made it into the White House. We've got a couple of months, and they're going to reveal the first outlines of what financial reform looks like. And so they call a whole bunch of people who've been after him, a lot of press, and a lot of other folks, a lot of officials, to the White House, and they kind of herd us all into this room. And all of a sudden, they're ready, they're going to bring the president out, and they got to push us into a smaller space. And I'm looking around for a place to go. I'm kind of getting shoved on one side. Right back here is Rich Trumka. And I looked at him and just kind of gestured. I'm about to stand in front of him and kind of push back against him. And I said, is it okay if I'm here? Just kind of gestured, and he moved me over, and he leaned forward, and he leaned into my ear, and he said, I got your back, Elizabeth. I always will. And ever since, he has had my back. We fought side by side on Wall Street accountability. We fought side by side to get the consumer agency to stop the cheating on mortgages, the tricks and traps on credit card, to stop fooling kids on student loans. I am proud to call Rich Trumka my friend, and proud to have his help in this race for the United States. So many of you, by now, you know who I am. I am the daughter of a janitor. My mom worked the phones at Sears. And you also know I'm a little sister. I got 3 older brothers, and I've learned a lot from my 3 older brothers. I just want to remind some of you who they are. My oldest brother, Don, all 3 of my brothers, by the way, I should say, served in the military. My oldest brother, Don, career military, 288 combat missions in Vietnam, and lives on a military pension today. Yeah. My second brother, John, he's a really good looking one. He's the one who, when he got out of the military, went into construction, and he is a proud member of the International Union of Operating Engineers. My brother, John. And I want to say something about my brother John. He has a pension today because he is a member of a union. That's how my brother John gets it today. You bet. Now my brother David started a little business. When that didn't work out, started another little business. My brother David today, 3rd retired brother, lives on Social Security. So I want to tell you the lessons I learned from my 3 brothers. I learned from my oldest brother Don, we honor our promises to our veterans always. Always. Yes. I want to tell you the lesson I learned from my second brother, John. We support our unions because they help us be strong and independent. And the lesson I learned from my brother David, we have a moral obligation to support and never back down on Social Security, Medicare, and health care for all Americans. People depend on it. People count on it. You're going to do that. You bet. That's right. So I want to tell you why I'm here today. I know exactly why I'm here today. I'm here today because unions helped build America's middle class. That's why I'm here today. But America's middle class is under attack. Working families are under assault. And I'm here today because unions are going to help rebuild America's middle class. That's right. Think about it. Unions, you've been out there for decades fighting for your members, but fighting for all of America. You have made the difference on wages. You've made the difference on working conditions. You've made the difference on health care. You've made the difference on pensions. You've done it for yourselves. You've done it for your families. You've done it for your communities. You've done it for your country. You've done it for America. That's what unions have done. But 30 years ago, things changed. Republicans went on the attack after unions. They went on the attack after wages. They went on the attack after working conditions. They went on the attack after pensions. They've gone on the attack after health care. They've gone on the attack after collective bargaining. And now they've even gone on the attack after the right to unionize. It comes to us to fight back for all of America. Now, we know what this race is about in Massachusetts. And I'm going to be blunt, you've already heard it. It is not about what kind of truck you drive. It is not about what kind of jacket you wear. It's about how you vote. That's what this is going to be about. And I'm not going to go through a list of all of Scott Brown's votes. And look, I'll be perfectly honest. He's got a few good votes in there, but he's got a lot of bad votes in there. And I'm not going to go through a list of the whole thing, but you got to hear me on 2 votes. We had 250,000 people unemployed here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts last fall. And the president proposed a jobs bill that would have supported 22,000 jobs here in Massachusetts. Scott Brown joined with every other Republican to vote no. A week later, the president proposed a jobs bill that would prevent the layoffs of teachers, of firefighters, of police officers all over Massachusetts and all over the country. Scott Brown and every other Republican voted no. And then a week after that, the president proposed another jobs bill that would have supported 11,000 jobs here in Massachusetts, mostly construction jobs, repairing our roads and bridges and things that need to be repaired here. Scott Brown and every other Republican voted no. So here's what I want you to hear from me. I will go to Washington and I will fight for jobs here in Massachusetts and across America.